welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV in the Conjurers Guild here, where Isumiyan has a new quest. One more night in Amdapor. Full glad am I of your service, Serenia. The Twelfthwood has need of your talents once more. Following your deeds in the lost city of Amdapor, we had fought the darkness lifted, its haunted walls freed from nightmare. Thus did we enter the ruins, the elementals at our side, intent upon returning the decaying edifice to the forest. Only for our immortal companions to withdraw without warning. From their agitated whisperings we later gleaned that an entity of daunting power yet lingers within the bowels of the city. And until this being is put down, the elementals appear loath to return. I pray you, visit Raya Osena, where she waits at Camp Tranquil, and answer her plea for assistance. That is where we are right now, at Raya Osena. And of course I fall down. Oh yeah, if this is not obvious, this is Amdapor City Heart. The dungeon unlock. Ah, the white mage who brought peace to the lost city. To no other would I entrust this task. Ah, yeah, recognize this white mage, right? Lest you wonder, I do not doubt your success in expunging the darkness which took root in the ruins before. The heart of that evil was excised without question, but it would seem that some other power lay dormant beneath the stones all the while, its presence invisible to our senses. Plainly, however, that power is now very much awake. The elemental's panic attests to that. Quietening them will be no small task. While my fellows and I endeavor to persuade the elementals to rejoin us, I would have you venture into the city once more, find the source of this new disturbance, and do what must be done. The wood wailer Elfine yet stands guard at the gate. I dare say he has not forgotten you. Ask, and he will let you pass. I heard about this new trouble in the lost city. I thought you might be back. Not want to leave a job half finished, huh? Wear your step in there. Ought fit to frighten an elemental is not to be taken lightly, be you favored of the seats or not. That, the lost city of Amdapor Heart. Now, as it is with this stuff, hard does not necessarily mean it's harder than the normal mode, just later. And I think this is actually easier than the normal. And it's a level 60 dungeon. That, welcome to the lost city of Amdapor Heart. Not this time, not right this time, but left. Butterfly. And there will be more butterflies as we keep us through the act. Okay, the Akamov. Drug hallucinations. No one being serious here. We are on drugs. Now we see several illusions of party members on the field. You need to look in which directions we're looking. We're throwing cones of attacks in that direction, in the directions we're looking. Pretty tedious. And as you've seen, if you get hit by one of these attacks, a stack of vulnerability. We got through. Luckily, the boss isn't that tough in the HP department. Dragon, so undead and what? Actually something, when you drag them into the light, they get weaker. In these rooms here. You can do it, drag them into the light. Otherwise, waste everyone's time like I do. There's our second boss, the Stone Lion. Amdapor is sacred. It will not be despoiled. Now, two players here have a stone weakness and two a wind weakness, and the ones with a wind weakness need to go into these stone fields. So we do not all hit it, and the ones with a stone weakness need to go into wind fields if they show up. And these are holy fields, yeah. No special weaknesses there. This cannot be. My purpose is failed. Treasure chest. Another light sprite and 3 columns. Mana items. Pot. That is our third boss, this angel statue. Where? Here? Here. Kuribu. Okay. I am the steward of life in Amdapor. By the order of the Magi, all who trespass shall perish. And up again. Life passes unto death. By the grace of a Magi I shall rise again. And now all her healing is inversed, and this is a damage field. Even work is diminished by gnawing of waves. The bounty of a Magi my form be restored. Your form. And because still inverse, your 4 does damage. Even stone is blinded by the grasping of wind. By the mercy of a Magi, my wounds are cured. Yeah, neglectable damage. Neglectable healing. And then burst. Yeah, and that was Amdapor City Heart. For some reason the Guardian statue is still selectable, but you can't actually do anything with her. So... yeah, the statue stands motionless. Okay, then, let's leave the dungeon. And out of the dungeon. Time to report to Ryo. You have returned from your expedition into the Lost City? But as well. We for our part have at last succeeded in easing the elemental's disquiet. But tell us, Serenia, what was the nature of the hostile presence that so unsettled them? Well, it was, I guess, golems of Amdapor? Extraordinary. I was all but certain that the seed of the darkness had survived. I could not have been more wrong. I certainly did not expect ensorcelled statues. Creations of the Amdapori Magi, I imagine. It would appear so. They likely began to stir when that fiend was awoken by the weakening seal. Yet that does not explain why the elementals would have cause to fear these ancient sentinels. It seems safe to assume that the Amdapori built them to repel the armies of Mark. Were I to hazard a guess, I would say the same, that the passing of years has dulled the statue's senses and mistook our friends for ethereal beings of a different order. Voidsent of a kind employed by the Magi. The elemental's arrival would have seemed like an invasion. That would explain much, yes. Voidsent monstrosities and undying guardians of stone. The war of the Magi must have been a conflict of truly terrifying proportions. It is well that these ancient relics have been laid to rest. With the city's defenses thus disabled, we may safely return to our task of cleansing the ruins. You have our deepest gratitude, Serenia. And we freed the lost city of Amdapor from its guardians, so it can be returned to Ward. Isn't that nice? And with that, I end this episode. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Mace, and don't get lost.